hunt for the ultimate reading program? Let's face it, teaching a child to read can often feel like trying to convince them that broccoli actually tastes good. This is really good. But after 3 years of diving into the world of homeschool reading programs, I've discovered some real gems, and along the way, my son has learned to read and my daughter is well on her way to reading too. Have you ever been just slightly annoyed that only math curriculums come with manipulatives? Well, maybe that's just me. After all, why not reading programs? Well, here's a reading program for every learner. So whether your child is struggling, excelling, or happily chugging along at an average pace all about reading, AAR is often called the gold standard of reading curriculums. It's like teaching reading with all the senses at once, so kids can absorb the concepts straight away. AAR uses the Orton-Gillingham multisensory approach. This is a fancy way of saying it's super hands-on, easy to teach, and fun for the kids. Really, just 20 minutes a day and you're good to go. And the cost for this one, well, it's only $160 per level, plus a one-time purchase fee of their manipulatives for $40. That's their letter tiles and their review box. Of course, you can also reuse these items for subsequent levels. And it's all offline, so there's no screen time required. But what if you're looking for a program with video lessons? Well, let me introduce you to BJU Press. This is a Christian worldview focused curriculum, and this is the one that my son has at home. You've often probably seen me doing a lot of videos with him using their reading program. I rely on it because I find it tricky to sit right next to my kids for lengthy periods. Back issues, anyone? And I honestly don't know what I would have done without BJU Press. My son has practically taught himself to read using their video lessons. True story, when I was exhausted and I was pregnant, I couldn't get up out of bed some mornings, and I would just say to my son, okay, off you go. And I'd be lying in bed exhausted. And he would get all of the workbooks out himself, get the computer out, set it up himself, turn it on, open the Homeschool hub, start the lesson, open the workbooks himself, and he would just sit down and diligently do that for hours on end. I've even taught him to take his own breaks during the lesson so things don't get too much, and he really enjoys this program. What I love is that he'll actually also complete the tests himself and then leave them on the table for me to mark later. And you know, once he gets past 3rd grade, BJU Press will do that for him too. If he scores under 80%, I say, well, go back and work on those areas that you haven't done so well in. If he scores over 80%, I'm like, off you go. So if you want something super open and go, something with video lessons, something that's a little bit more traditional, so with tests and quizzes and reviews, those sorts of things, and solid difficulty, BJU Press might be your baby. Take a look now on screen. This is a bit of footage from his English course he's doing right now. You can hear the teacher as well. I'll just stop the video for a second so you can listen to what it sounds like and what the review sections sound like as well.
I was less than 1 inch long when I was born. Was it a kangaroo or a koala or both? It was both. You can actually see that right on your Venn diagram. Look in the center. Born less than 1 inch. And that's exactly what you're going to do on your page. On page 83, you're going to read it and decide on the right answer. Fill in the circle beside the correct answer.
The cost for this one, well, it is a little bit pricier. It's $360 per child per year. That includes video lessons and the workbooks and the manipulatives as well. Yes, it is a bit pricier, but if it lets you get other work done in the background, then it's worth it. And if that feels like a good fit for your family, then I've left the link in the description down below. Now, I really love BJU Press, but there is another program similar to it called a Becca, and it's quite famous for its phonics program. This one is quite rigorous with lots of inbuilt review. But the difference? Well, BJU Press's teachers present in a cozy, subject-specific studio, while a Becca's teachers speak to a live classroom and then address the students at home directly. Some kids love feeling like they are part of a classroom, while others just love the one-on-one vibe with the teacher. What about the cost? Well, their Language Arts 1 video instruction independent study runs to about $430 for the full year. You'll get video lessons plus physical workbooks shipped to your door. It's a little bit more than BJU Press, but some people really love their phonics program in particular. And by the way, if you are using BJU Press or a Becca, I'd love to hear which one you prefer in the comments below. But now, if you're like, whoa, hold up there, Betty, 360, 430, that's like more than my whole homeschool budget. Well, then fear not. Explode the Code is a popular reading program, and it's only about 1/10 of the price, roughly $40 a year. People love it because it's simple, effective, and super affordable. Kids can work through the books with minimal parent involvement. Plus, the weird little drawings, think the bug is fat, keep them amused. It's also mastery based. This means that it doesn't rush kids on to the next concept until the child actually gets it. Many folks use Explode the Code alongside other programs like All About Reading, just for a little bit of reinforcement as well. With this one though, do keep in mind that it's secular. Me, to be honest, I do prefer Christian programs because I love to weave in the gospel wherever I can throughout the day. I love that we get to teach our kids that Jesus Christ died for us to save us from our sins, and that gives them hope. And for me, that is huge. Now, the next one is interesting. My pastor's wife told me about it. It is Teach Your Kids to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. It's literally one book you can get from Amazon and reuse for every single child you need to teach reading. I asked if her kids actually liked to learn to read that way, and she said, well, you know, they weren't the hugest fan, but for 30 or 40 bucks for your whole reading program, it's pretty good. As you can see, I'm going to show you right here on screen. This is Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. You can see there's some parts that are colored. This is your script to read out. So it's literally you reading to them and you teaching them how to read as you go on. So you sit on the couch with them for 20 minutes a day and you read them this book. I've left a link for this one in the description box below if you want to check it out. Easy peasy. Well, is it? I've often felt, and my son has often felt, that the English language is sort of illogical. The amount of times I've told him, yeah, buddy, I'm sorry, yeah, you're quite right, it doesn't make sense, but just for now, just memorize this exception for me, yeah? Anyway, English can be a beast to learn, but apparently it isn't full of random exceptions like we think it is. Logic of English aims to show that there's actually a logical way to learn our beloved and sometimes baffling language. They use reliable phonics rules that supposedly explain 98% of the English language. It really does prove that English does make sense. With fun pictures and engaging storylines, foundations and essentials programs, handwriting games, flashcards and more, Logic of English could spark some curiosity in your kiddos. Now the cost for this one, well, it's between $85 and $230, depending on which package you pick. Again, this one is secular, so keep that in mind if Christian materials are important to you. But what if you can't afford to multiply the cost of your reading program with all the kids you have? What if you want a one-stop shop that will cover all of your children for all grades, all subjects, and all electives? If this is you, then take a look at Schoolhouse Teachers. Their reading program is pretty broad, offering programs like teaching reading through play, reading unit studies, and grade level reading courses. But they don't stop there. You get video lessons, printable lessons, an enormous range of courses for both newbies and veteran homeschool parents. Tracking tools, I love these ones. Transcript making tools, these are amazing and so easy to use. And even the option to call, chat, or email if you need any help as a homeschool mum, like who doesn't? Now the cost for this one, you're going to expect it's really high, but it's not. It's actually only $29 a month or $300 a year for their Apple Core Gold program. Now, if this sounds good, I have linked it below. I really love this one. I was actually on their site the other day and I stumbled across their drive-through history series. This is actually a really popular homeschool curriculum in its own right, and it's actually all there on Schoolhouse Teachers. That's what I mean. With this program, there's always something new to discover in Schoolhouse teachers, and that's what I love about it. The other day I was going through their curriculum and I didn't even realize they had a transcript maker and, all of these tracking tools. If you've never checked out Schoolhouse Teachers and you want a program that's going to cover your whole family, then check out this review here. It could be just what you're looking for.